channel. Today we're going to be doing an overview of how I spec'd out my Z06, just kind of my thought process behind how I wanted to order the car, what options I got with it, and why. And I'd also be curious how you would option out your Z06. I'm going to put the link to the Z06 build and price from Chevy in the description. Build your perfect Z06 out, or if you already have one, and share the link. I'd love to see it. All right, let's kick it off. So my car is a 2024 2LZ Coupe. The reason I went with a Coupe is I actually plan on tracking the car not too far away from Virginia International Raceway, so I want to take it up there and then hopefully to a couple other tracks around the area. While Chevy said that you can track the HTC, I just wanted a little bit more of that heat extraction. So with HTC, it has the completely flat deck, the engine's kind of sealed in there, and just wanted the Coupe for more performance. I do think the HTC looks good with the dual nacelle, and it's nice having that power automated top, but yeah, I wanted to go with the Coupe. Also with HTC, you have more mechanisms that can kind of break down. You have to worry about over time. You have the gearing, the mechanisms, the electric motors to move the top up and down, and it's just kind of more to worry about. Also, main thing for me, which the Coupe, is being able to see the LT6, and I just think it's a shame to hide it under that solid top on the HTC, so I had to get the Coupe kind of just for that, to be able to see the LT6. It's also fun being able to look behind you and see it over your shoulder when you're on the road, so it's always a great time. For the color, I went with black. Kind of boring. It's classic color though. I've had black cars before, and I love bronze wheels, and the black with bronze is always a good, I just think it looks slick. It was between black and the red mist metallic. I went back and forth to the point that my original build out of the car had the red mist metallic, and my wife was the one who actually convinced me to go with black. She just thought it would look meaner, and pretty happy I did. And so choosing black, I wanted to kind of keep that motif throughout the vehicle and then give it some pop of colors with the red. I've already had multiple people just come up and say that it looks like the Batmobile, which, there's worse things to have your car called, so pretty happy I went with the black. It is a pain in the butt to keep clean, but I'm going to get it full paint correction and then put some PPF on there and ceramic coating, so that'll be coming soon, and hopefully that'll keep the maintenance of the black a little easier. So for the exterior options, I went with the red Z06 badging on the side. So with the all black look, I wanted some pops of color, so I went with the red Z06 badging on the side. I also went with the edge reg calipers, so I wanted that dark red. Another bummer is the seat belts you can get in red from the factory, but they are the guard red, not the edge red. So it's that bright red, and I thought it would clash with the colors and the motif that I was going with. Also went with the carbon fiber, the visible carbon fiber ground effects. So the front splitter and the side skirts are visible carbon fiber, which I love. And I also got the roof invisible carbon fiber. So the center portion of the roof is carbon fiber, and it has the body colored surround, so black in this case. So getting that really black and carbon fiber motif. And then what was a non-negotiable for me and had to have, to the point that if the car didn't show up with it, I would have not taken delivery of it, is the red intake manifold. I just think that it looks so good with the all black, being able to peer through that rear hatch or over your shoulder and seeing the red intake manifold on the LT6. I think it looks great, and yeah, it was a must-have for me. And then a fun little automotive fact. So Testarossa, that means redhead in Italian. So sometimes the Italian are very literal with their car names. So it's the Ferrari redhead, and they called it that because of the crinkle red valve covers on the flat 12 and the Testarossa, which is actually a V12, 178 degree V12. But story for another day. Yeah, so you can kind of say I have American redhead, which I'm okay with. Call it a poor man's Ferrari. For the wheels, I optioned them with the anthracite wheels from the factory. So with all black, I looked at the builder and the visualizer, and the black on black, I just didn't think there was enough contrast with the colors. I didn't think it was visually interesting. While the murdered out look can be cool, it wasn't doing it for me. So I saw the anthracite, which is the dark grays. I really like that, and again, I thought I'd give it a little bit of pop of color, so I got those. And then going with the red motif, I went with the Corvette Racing center cap. So it has the Jake skull and then the racing in the red font, which matches with the rest of it. So that was kind of serendipitous, worked out, and I just think it kind of pulls all the exterior together. Looks pretty sick until I get my aftermarket wheels. So eyeballing some Vosen GNS2s for those. So we'll see if I can swing those. And to round out the all black motif, I have the exhaust tips are blacked out from the factory, so kind of gives it that stealth look in the rear. I just think it looks pretty mean with the center quad exhaust tips and those blacked out instead of the stock polished look. I also did the exterior badges, the stealth badges, so instead of the stock badges that have the Corvette logo and the crossed flags and the color, they're all blacked out. So again, I think it brings it all together, kind of a cohesive visual story that I want to tell on the outside. And I think I'm probably going to debadge the large one on the rear deck, and I'm debating on debadging the Corvette font. So it is all black on the back, so it doesn't pop out, but I just think it might clean up the back a little bit, debadge it so you just have the cross flag up on the front, which is a little bit smaller, and I think looks pretty slick, and then just debadge it so you don't have it on the rear hatch, and then take away Corvette, so we'll just say Z06 on the side. So kind of be one of those, if you know, you know. If you don't know what the car is, then you're just like, what the heck is that thing? So we'll see. I think I'm going to go with that. So while I love carbon fiber, I did not get the rear wing in carbon fiber. Multiple reasons. One, it was $5,500, which I think is crazy for the size of the rear wing. And then also I was looking on the visualizer, and oddly enough, I didn't think it looked good. I'm not sure if it was the weave or just the height of the stock split spoiler. I didn't think it was that good. So decided to go with the black, just the body color, leave it as is. But I did go with the clear center wicker bill with the Jake logo. Just think it's kind of visually good looking, makes a little more interest in the back, and it's also not difficult to remove if I ever wanted to do that. And I think that actually is functional on the track, so nice to have when I take it up the VIR. And from the factory, they give you the high wicker bills and lower wicker bills. So right now I have the high wicker bills installed. I just think they look visually nice. They're fun to have back there. And if I ever want to change it out to the lower downforce wicker bills, I can. So those come stock from the factory. And for some less fun and some functional options, I went with the grill guards in the front. So front fascia, you can see huge openings for the cooling. For aerodynamics, and again, driving around here, not the best roads, didn't want to get rocks, leaves, whatever up into the front grille. So Chevy for 2024 model year had the grill guards as an OEM option, so I had those option ordered, and then the dealership installed those before I took delivery. And with that, I went with the radiator grill store side intake protectors as well. So as you know, on the Z06, those side intakes are huge. Tons of things can get up in there. So I had those shipped up to the dealer and installed before I took delivery. So again, just like nice little peace of mind on the ride home. Same with the ACS composite splash guards. I had those installed. They did a great job. I think they look really slick. They look OEM, which is always nice, and just a little bit wider and lower down than the stock ones. Provides that little bit of protection, and hopefully stops some dings and rocks in my quarter panels or flinging up rocks from people behind me. You can definitely hear them bouncing off them at a lower speed, so glad I got those. For the interior option, I went with all black. Again, kind of the all black Batmobile motif, if you may. So nothing too exciting in here. I thought about going black exterior with the brown interior, but unfortunately the all brown interior was locked away in the 3LZ, and I didn't want to jump up to that price. If you option the brown interior in the 2LZ, it's only portions of it, so it'd be black and brown, and I didn't love the disjointed look, so I decided to just go with the all black. And then to button up the theme, I went with the carbon fiber interior inserts, so I have it around my instrument cluster and have it on the door sills. And then I also went with the stealth interior package, so the speaker surrounds, a couple other items are blacked out in the interior too. So again, just kind of bring some of the options I decided not to go with. One is the Z07 package. You know, it's kind of one of those things you think would be great, a great idea, you know, track monster, big wing, high downforce, but what I'm going to be using the car for mostly, which kind of weekend warrior, you know, some track days, driving around town, do some spirited driving, just being beat up all the time with those stiffer spring rates. I just, you know, I didn't think it was worth the money or the payoff, and to be honest, I'm probably not going to extract the full performance capabilities out of the Z07 package, so to me it wasn't worth the price. Also, oddly enough, I usually love high wings, you know, the wing on the GT3 RS, for example, or a couple others, but for whatever reason, I didn't love the high wing on the Z07 package. High downforce, I don't know if it's the kind of the swan neck, the dip in the middle, the shape of it, but it just didn't speak to me visually, so I didn't think it was worth it. You also have the carbon fiber wheels, which I think are amazing for the weight savings and the performance. Again, for what I'm using the vehicle for my roads around here, I just didn't think it was worth the price. And then if I ever got them scratched or dinged or they cracked, you can't repair them. They're really expensive, so to me it wasn't worth the price. And also I knew I probably wanted to go with bronze wheels, you know, aftermarket, and so buying the carbon fiber wheels just to take them off, again, wasn't worth the price to me. Kind of the same for the carbon ceramic brakes. So again, while they're great on the track, they're great performance, you know, huge stopping power. Carbon ceramic brakes don't like to operate at lower temperature, and a lot of the time I'm going to be driving the car around town, which means I need a street brake. You know, I need a brake that's kind of street and track, if you may, but more geared towards the street because it's where the car's going to live the most. So decided to go with the non-carbon ceramic brakes. Also, pads are cheaper, rotors are cheaper, so if I do track the car, those kind of consumables, if you may, will be easier for me to switch out and replace. And then I could always upgrade to maybe some carbon ceramic pads for the steel rotors, and maybe see upgraded rotors in the future if I even need them. I'm sure probably the stock brakes are up to my level of driving at the track. So that's how I optioned out my Z06, kind of my thought process behind it, why I went about it. And like I said, I'm going to put the link into the build and price for the Z06 into the description. Love to see how you did build out your Z06, or how you would build out your dream Z06. So I appreciate you checking out the channel, appreciate you checking out the video, and thanks for joining me for the ride. See y'all next time.